some auctions in the next 24 hours, expecting any indigestion whatsoever?
I think a little bit on the very back end. So people still have very little appetite, but this is a well-told story. So perhaps the balance is swung a little bit too far. People are a little bit too bearish.
Dan,
longer
final
term
word.
negative.
Do you agree with that?
No, I think that makes sense.
Good to see you, Mike. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thanks for dropping
pleasure.
by. Thank you very much. Mike Schumacher there of Wells Fargo and Dan Skelly of Morgan Stanley. Dan, thank you, sir. In the next hour, here's the lineup for you. Greg Peters of PGIM's going to join us to talk about this bond market. He'll stick with us through the hour as we work our way to US CPI data at 8:30 Eastern Time. We'll touch base with Geetha Raghunathan of Bloomberg Intelligence on media stocks. We'll speak to Seth Carpenter of Morgan Stanley and David Kelly of JP Morgan Asset Management. The next stop for this market, 8:30 Eastern Time. Inflation data just around the corner with equity futures down.
Right.
If you can have Baltimore thriving, your state is going to thrive. So if somebody's watching this and they're not from Maryland, but they want to know a little bit about Maryland, what would you encapsulate in a paragraph or two about what people should know about the state of Maryland? I would say Maryland really is American miniature. You tell me what you want to do. And no matter where you're standing in the state of Maryland, I can tell you where to have a world-class experience within 2 hours. We're the home of innovation. We're the home of Johns Hopkins University, the home of the NSA, the home of NIST. We have so much to offer in the state of Maryland, and I think it's one of the reasons that people are so excited about the growth trajectory we're on.
The flood of investment agreements.
Deals were once again on display.
The Saudis are open for business.
The cessation of sanctions against Syria.
Another big victory for the Crown Prince. Concerned that none of the guardrails may be set up just yet.
Headline after headline.
Trust Bloomberg for on-the-ground coverage.
The numbers will be quite substantial.
Up-to-the-minute reporting.
Driven the price of oil down.
And the analysis you need.
He's basically going to vault this region into the same sort of sphere as the US and China.
No one covers geopolitics like Bloomberg. Today's CFOs are reshaping the C-suite. Bloomberg's chief future officer shines a spotlight on these dynamic leaders.
What's the hardest part of being a CFO?
It's hard to come up with that.
It's the vast responsibilities, the need to be engaged in different topics.
It's remembering which audience I'm speaking to and what I can say in that context.
The job is not just being the executive of the finance function, it's being an executive for the company.
I would say it's prioritization.
Complete the sentence. The hardest part of being the CFO is
telling people no. It's hard. It's the right thing to do, but it's always hard.
So being just like a touch of a heartbreaker, basically.
Yeah.
We have a plethora of good opportunities. Some are really, really good. But as we strive for the great ones, sometimes those really, really good ones have to be left behind.
Chief Future Officer, only on Bloomberg.
Yeah, we're live. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're live on YouTube. I think you guys can join me now.
Tune in to Bloomberg Business Week Daily.
We got to talk crypto.
From the magazine that helps global leaders stay ahead.
What's the conversation around your company?
Bringing you insight on the people, companies, and trends
Everybody
shaping
in the
today's
chat.
complex economy.
Planning very big things.
Plus global business, finance, and tech news as it happens.
The floodgates of innovation are going to open up.
You can't fake passion. You either are or you aren't.
Bloomberg Business Week Daily, only on Bloomberg. Bloomberg loves earnings.
I know it's like your Super Bowl, right?
I can't wait. It's like opening presents in the morning.
All right, it will be exciting.
Nobody covers earnings like Bloomberg.
Please let me know if I'm proper audible without the headpiece.
We do believe that there's going to be volatility within inflation. We will see the impact first.
All right, so just let me know about that. Am I audible without the earpiece, without the headpiece on YouTube, or should I just put it on? I prefer not to, if I'm perfectly honest, but if I got to, then I definitely will. Hey Barry, I know you're gonna let me know real soon. Let me know that.
Jonathan Farrell, Lisa Bromowitz, and Anne-Marie Gordern.
Live from New York City this morning. Good morning to you all. Inflation data 30 minutes away.
Alright, inflation data 30 minutes away, boys and girls. 30 minutes away. I'm live on YouTube. Alright, yeah, there's a bit of a delay, I guess, but is the stream decent? Is it decent enough for us to continue? Or do you think I should do something about it? Just let me know there, Barry. Send me some. I'm relying on you guys. Let me know there. I need to know before I can continue. It makes no sense to continue if we don't have good stream quality, and that does tend to happen. Right?
US CPI, 8:30 Eastern Time, then later on this afternoon, an auction of 10-year debt before supply tomorrow on a 30-year maturity.
Let's see. Maybe let me close Bloomberg. That might be a reason. Let's get out of Bloomberg. Alright, maybe that makes a bit of a difference. Let me know if that makes a bit of a difference, guys. If it does, then I'm really happy about that. If not, then please let me know about the stream quality on YouTube, guys, before we continue. But as you can see, I've got gold pulled up on my screen right now. And before I do a proper technical analysis, I'm just waiting for people on YouTube to let me know whether we've got a decent stream quality or if we need to do something about it. Let me get something to drink. All right, Barry says we can continue. All right, bet. Let's continue then. Let's continue. Let's continue. All right. Smash up those likes, guys. Smash up those likes. Let me see something, all right? Let me see something. There's 11 of you in here. Smash up those likes. Let me see 11. Let me see 11 likes. All right. So, gold going into the data. Let's do a top-down analysis on this bitch. All right. Straight off of the bat, in my view, we've got a correction here, guys. If you want to see my charts again, everybody on Instagram, slide over to YouTube. I've pinned my handle in the chat, so yeah, check that out. And then we shall continue. Let's do something about this. All right, so we've got this pullback to the downside. All right, we've got a temporary counter trend move on the 4-hour time frame. This is just a big ass continuation pattern on the higher time frame, because as you can see, we've already got our measured objective. Our direction has already been shown to us by this impulsive wave that we've got over here. And if technical analysis is anything to go by, this should print itself out when the structure has completed. All right, we should have another impulsive wave to the upside, more or less the same size as this one. All right, either from there to there, or from the point of origin, which would probably be, I think, there. That's our first level that is above a previous lower high. So we've got a new higher low when it comes to not the USD, man. When it comes to gold. Okay, now let's move. I think I'm gonna put on my headset here. I'm gonna put on my headset just to make this smoother and better for everybody who's following along on YouTube. All right, people on YouTube, keep giving me some feedback, yeah? Keep giving me some feedback. If you're seeing any issues, then you people need to be the first to let me know because I'm not going to be able to see it on my side, yeah? So I'm going to need some communication. You guys are my moderators, basically speaking. All right, you guys are my moderators. Help me moderate the stream. Keep up with the stream quality. Let me know, give me some feedback on anything that you guys are seeing that you think might need my immediate attention. But long story short, we go back to our technical analysis. We're seeing an impulsive wave, a big ass corrective wave, and we have our first higher low at that level over there, as evidenced by this break of structure above these relative highs that we're seeing over here. All right, we've got a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, equal high, higher low, new high created. This zone represents a zone of high demand. All right, if I'm a buyer of gold, that's the best price that I want to come into. And right now in this range, that is the high of our range. All right, so we've got our low defined, we've got our high defined. Now what we want to do is see what this overall structure is giving us. All right, what are we seeing here? It looks like an impulsive wave. We've got another corrective wave here. Could we be seeing something like this developing in these areas? Chat, what do you guys think on YouTube? Let me know. Do you think we could be seeing something like this unfolding? Stream quality seems to be bad on YouTube, guys. Apologies for that. I think these are things I really can't control unless I fucking switch a network provider, and that's a schlep. That's a bit of a project. Let's see what's going on. Let's check it out. I need a whole IT company to come and fucking help me out setting up all this back-end software and shit, so I can just focus on streaming and checking out these charts. I don't want to be an IT technician while at the same time I'm trying to stream. Like, what the hell? All right, but yeah, chat, just let me know there, man. Just let me know. What are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? All right, chat, YouTube, let me know. What do you guys say? Yeah, I can see there's about a 10-second delay. Obviously, I'm streaming on two different platforms, but I just want to know, in terms of the audio, can you guys keep up with my conversation? The delay doesn't really matter. It's about, am I audible? Am I not skipping? Am I not jumping around? All that kind of stuff. I think that's what I really need to know, so I can know whether do I just shut this down and try something else or what. All right. Let's check this out. Let me check it out on my phone. Check it out on my phone, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing. All that kind of stuff. I think that's what I really need to know, so I can know whether to shut this down and try something else or what. Alright, I seem to be audible. I seem to be audible. Let me check this out. Let me check it out on my phone. No, things seem to be fine on my side, dog. Oh, I'll wait again. Oh, I'll wait again. Okay, too. Everybody in the stream right now, guys, 15 people watching, only 9 likes. I need to see 15 likes, guys. Smash up the likes, smash up the subscribe, and put me on your notifications like that. All right, let's operate. Let's operate. Let's operate. Let's go back here. Let's operate. All right, so chat on YouTube. Let me know, guys, or in Instagram. If you're seeing my charts on YouTube, you can just also reply on Instagram. I guess I'll still respond to you. What do you guys think of these patterns that I'm seeing here? These possible continuation patterns? Because I'm possibly seeing bullish continuation patterns, but we still need to confirm this major uptrend. Let's see. All right, look at that. Look at that. Things are lining beautifully. So we've got a bounce at this level here. We've got a second bounce there. Could we potentially be anticipating a third and final touch of this longer term trend line? Could the inflation data move us down to those levels? We're about 19 minutes away from the data. Let's just keep pushing along. All right, let's keep pushing along.
You know, it has over the past 10 number of years. And the reason why that is, quite simply, is the debt deficit, of course.
Right, but in terms of the news, guys, besides the inflation concerns right now, we're looking at also Donald Trump's conversation with Chinese President Xi Jinping. There have been some major negotiations over the past 2 days, and as far as tariffs and trade deficits are concerned. So that's another thing that could impact the risk sentiment on the market. It could not just be down to the CPI that's coming out in the next 18 minutes. All right? So check that shit out as well. It's also quite important.
And you know, watching swap spreads globally is a really interesting phenomenon where the U.S.
It's also really, really, really important. Dimpo, this is gold. This is gold that I'm looking at, bro. This is gold that I'm looking at right now. Okay, let's move deeper in. So we've got that. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame.
Let's talk about the debt auctions. If you don't think yield levels are cheap enough, what kind of levels do you think we need to achieve to clear the supply that we're going to see in the next few years?
Okay, got that level. What do we have here? We've got a temporary counter trend move. Alright, we've also got a trend come in at these areas.
Just the onslaught of debt, right? So we're focusing on one auction.
Look at that.
And then there's another one, and another one, and another one.
Look at that. We've got an impulsive wave, a corrective wave. Another impulsive wave. This looks like it's one giant corrective wave. Do we get another push to the downside? Bouncing on that trend line before we move back up? Don't know. I have no idea. Right now, all we can do is just kind of look at the probabilities and wait for the data. But to confirm that, we do need a breakout on this temporary trend move. Let's filter the trade down some more even. Alright? Let's filter this down even more. Let's go on the 15 minutes. Get a bit more specific to what we're seeing here. Alright, this is not a perfect science, guys. It's all about what we're seeing. There is some objectivity to putting on trend lines, but there is some subjectivity to it as well. I think it's an art form. It's about recognizing where the demand is going to be. What are we seeing there? Okay. Look at what we got over there. Beautiful. Alright, so we could be having a pullback to the zone, which represents a previous lower high. Okay. Pretty good so far. So far, straightforward things. What do you guys think on YouTube? What do you guys think of the analysis? Because things are looking pretty... Okay, that's nice, yeah. Things are looking pretty decent. You're bearish on gold. Tinubu says they're bearish on gold. I mean, the technical analysis is... It's giving, I won't lie. I won't lie, it is giving. Alright, Fearless. Got you, bro. Got you. Got you. Let's turn that down. Shout out to you, bro. Fearless Smash. I rely on you guys to let me know. Alright? This is all for, I mean, it's a collective experience. I don't just do this for my health. So, yeah. Shout out to you, dog. That's the kind of feedback I need. See? That's the kind of feedback I need. Constructive feedback. Let's keep going. Let's filter this down and look for some entry criteria. We're about 15 minutes away from the data. What could we possibly see here? We've also got another zone here. Let's see. We've also got another zone here. But does it come back all the way up here? Holy shit, if it does. I'm deleting that one. I'm not allowed that negativity to be formed against me. That's going to give me analysis paralysis. I don't want to do that. All right. So objectively speaking, on the lower time frames, we do look like we are selling. But on the higher time frame, I am still largely bullish on gold. All right. So we're just going to look for these temporary opportunities that we can see. Again, if you're following on Instagram, join me on my YouTube if you want to see the screen that I'm sharing. Doing a top-down analysis on gold, and we're looking for entry criteria to see what the data might do in relation to the technical analysis that we're seeing intraday and as well as on the higher time frame. All right. Okay, so we clearly have these zones over here. Let's see. Yep, we have previous support here. Clean, we have previous support, clean support here at these levels. As you can see, price came up, created a new high and low, got some buying demand at this region, and then proceeded to make a new high, and that was in the morning. All right. We had that shit happening in the morning, as you can see. I think that was around 10 o'clock, 10, 11 in the morning. This zone over here, there we go, yeah, 11 in the morning. So we're talking London session. I'm not going to be looking at NASDAQ, bro. I'm going to be focusing on gold. That's my cup of tea right now. And I believe in being a master at one thing, not a jack of all trades. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to open gold. I'm not going to open NASDAQ today. All right. So today's stream, we're looking at gold. We're looking at the CPI data. Alright. CPC says buy CPI. On what asset, bro? On which asset? Sinabuya says gold has been bullish for a long time now. It's going bearish to fetch liquidity, then we'll go up. That's my view, G. I completely agree with you, dog. I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you, bro. Some Deepo said also sold gold. I feel you. I feel you. All right. Let me make myself smaller here. Or let me move myself actually. Yeah, just look at that current price action nicely there. I don't think I need to be that big. All right. Catching pips today. That's we've been trading. Shout out to you, bro. All right. How many are we in the stream? Let's check. Let's check. I need the likes to correspond with the stream count, bro. Things need to make sense. Guys, we've got 21 people watching. We've got 21 people watching and only 13 likes, guys. Can everybody just for a moment smash those likes? All right, smash those likes, bro. Subscribe. How many subscribers have I got right now? Let's see. 342. All right, to jump. Guys, 21 people watching. Let me see the live count move right now before I do anything. All right, we've seen it move back up into the zone. What is going on here? All right, we're about 10 minutes away from the data. 10 minutes away from CPI, guys. If you want to see my screen, join me on YouTube. That's for the people that's watching on Instagram. Let's look at this area right here. Shout out. I see that Cheese Boy says, damn, bro, we jumped straight to Instagram live. Bro, you should be on YouTube if you want to follow on the charts that I'm doing. Guys, smash up those likes. Smash up those likes on YouTube, please. All right, let's continue with our analysis. I'm going to dip out of here and I'll open Bloomberg again in a few minutes. But we seem to be fine over here. Let's see. Hey Shalefla, how you doing? Shout out to you. It's one of my favorite people on Instagram. Give me a shout out there. I hope you're good, man. Happy trading. We're about 10 minutes away from the data. 10 minutes away from the data. Let's see. All right. So on the 15-minute time frame, we want to be breaking down this trend line if we're going to be absolutely bearish in that scenario. That's the bearish base case scenario. Okay. Okay, let's see what we're saying. Quite the move up. It's quite the move up. Let's see where do you get a pullback here? I think we could be moving back up into this territory right here. Should just kept that right over here. Let's check out this previous lower high if we're coming back to validate that. And if we are, oh my god. All right, margin requirements have already changed. That's what it looks like. Margin requirements have changed. All right, no problem. We wait for the data to drop and we do our thing. We wait for the data to drop and we do our thing. All right, we're about 8 minutes away from the data. Interest rate cut, that depends. If we get lower inflation data, then we might potentially get an interest rate cut, for sure. Not at the upcoming FOMC, but maybe the next one after that. The Fed is going to be slow to act, bro. They're not going to be quick. They're not going to preempt what this market could potentially do. What's happening with USDZAR? Let's check this out. Where's the dollar? 17.75. Dang. 17.75. Do you continue to weaken from here? Okay. Let's stay with gold. Let's stay with gold and check out what is happening here. We're about 7 minutes away from the data. If you wanted to check the live watch along and check what gold is doing on my charts, follow along on YouTube. My link is in the handle below, guys. I do need to charge the Instagram phone though. I won't lie, I do. Alright, comments on YouTube. Twisty Bankroll says buy gold, sell the dollar. Okay. I feel you. Cheeseboy says, remember what you taught me? From ceiling to the floor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You want to move from the ceiling to the floor, back and forth, in as far as ranges are concerned. That's what you want to be doing, for sure. All right, we're about 6 minutes from the data. We're about 6 minutes from the data, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting choppy in here. It's getting choppy in here. No lie, it's getting choppy in here, guys. But if you want to follow along, check me out on my stream on YouTube. We're looking at gold right now. We're trading at $3,340 an ounce right now, and we're about 6 minutes away from that inflation data dropping from the US. If we get higher inflation data, boys and girls, then I think that that's definitely a bullish scenario for the dollar. An asset like gold would be selling in that scenario. But if we get inflation that is in line with weakening expectations, then I think we're definitely in the bearish, we're in a bear case scenario for the dollar, and we're in a bullish scenario for gold. So in that situation, I'd be buying gold. Long story short, higher CPI, sell. Lower CPI, buy. That's where I'm at on gold. And of course, that also needs to correspond with proper price action. I need to be seeing confirmations. Also need to be timing it in as far as the US session is concerned. All right, so I'm not just going to be clicking buy or sell when the data drops. No. It's about seeing the data, seeing the drop, seeing the reaction of the charts, and trying to get in at a decent price at the right time after I've seen the confirmations. This is not an adrenaline rush. I'm not at the casino. I'm trading, bro, and I'm a fucking professional. All right? Just markets, head market analyst. I don't want them. All right? So yeah, what are you guys trading? What are you guys following along right now? Let me know. Everybody on Instagram, join me over on YouTube. Everybody on YouTube, let's run up those likes. We're about 4 minutes away from the data dropping. I'm going to give you a live watch along of what is going on here. All right, let's see. Bloomberg, I'll switch on Bloomberg again. We'll check out that data. Going into it though, gold seems to be rushing back up. Can this move be maintained? It remains to be seen. But I wonder if time I on it. Let's see. What's that? 4. Okay. Okay, cool. Let me charge my YouTube phone, guys. I mean my Instagram phone. Shit. All right, we're about almost 3 minutes away from the data. Almost 3 minutes away from the data. Three minutes away, guys. 3 minutes away. I'm trying to charge my phone. Give me a moment. All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. We're about 2 minutes away from the data dropping, boys and girls. Out of 1 time. We're probably already off quotes. 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after. Margin requirements will undoubtedly change, guys. That's up here. All right, these things do happen. That's how it works. All right, Cheese Boy says, are you ready, guys? Let's go. CPI, let's kill it. That's what I'm saying, guys. Run up the likes on YouTube, guys. Please. Let's go. Almost a minute away, guys. Almost a minute away. We're about a minute away. Let's open Bloomberg. And let's check with Intel. What does Jonathan Farrell say? What is Michelle Abramowitz saying? Live. Let's go live broadcasts. Bloomberg, where art thou? Bloomberg, where art thou? Let's go. A minute away.
Geopolitical news wherever and whenever it happens. I'm Amber Gordern in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and this is Bloomberg.
Listen carefully.
All right, about a minute away, guys. 1 minute away. Let's see what's gonna happen.
And not just in the syncopation triggered by inflation, but in appraisals.
Checking it out as well over here. Checking it out everywhere. All right, let's see what Bloomberg is saying, guys. We're almost there. We're almost there. Let's see. Open this in a 15-minute time frame. Here we go. That's what they're saying. Woo! 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 Bullish on gold. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ooh. Hella bullish on gold. Dang. Initial move is up. Bloomberg is a bit, I think about 20 seconds behind. They're lagging. All right, the data has dropped. Here we go. Listen.
Certainly better than anticipated, up just 0.1%.
All right, we're only about 0.1% on the headline. Our core, 0.1% up as well. So it's decent. It's not crazy, man. It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. This should be positive for gold in the long term, I think. Right?
Year-over-year basis to 2.4% from 2.3%
All
for
right,
the
so
headline.
year-over-year is sitting at 2.4%, guys. Core stays the same, 2.8%.
So if there is a tariff effect, it is very small in these numbers. According to the BLS,
There we go. So the inflation that you're seeing seeping into the markets or into CPI right now, it rises to 2.4% from an expected 2.5%. The slight increase that you guys are seeing on that CPI is driven by the tariffs that were implemented in May. All right, the tariffs from Mexico, the tariffs on China, all of those imports are seeping into the prices that people are paying in store. All right, so that's why you see a bit of an uptick in CPI. Nothing to really scare markets. Long term, I think we still need to see about 2 more CPI prints to really ascertain what the hell is going on with these tariffs, what implications they might have on rising inflation expectations. And I think that's when we'll have some certainty in as far what the Fed is going to do to rein in inflation if need be. And if they don't need to rein in inflation, then they're definitely going to give us the interest rate cut, which is what the rally on gold could be preempting. All right, but like I said, this is still the initial move. We still need the US market to proper open and for the US buyers or sellers to analyze this data, jump on board, and make sense of it. And I think that's when I'm going to be executing my trade. For now, we've got slower inflation acceleration. All right, guys, we saw an initial move